Hey everyone, we're in the garage taking a look at Bomb Jack. A few people asked me to do a little video, walk around with this now that it's finished. So I'll try and do that. I'm a little wedged in here between Robotron and everything else. I had to kind of push it on the end of the line, but we should be good. So we left the original wood grain on, this Suzuki Entertainment cab. It's got a really funky profile. Really odd design, but it was kind of cool. I was looking for an old Japanese style cab that wouldn't be obvious to someone. If they looked at it, they wouldn't say, oh, that's a converted whatever, you know. And I came across this cab. Buddy of mine, Ryan, a Nintendo guy on the cloth forums, sold me this. It originally came with a ladybug in it, and it's kind of odd because it was a very plain cabinet, but the artwork for the marquee was also very generic for Ladybug. And then inside, when I looked at it, it was all original wiring. It hadn't been messed with in any way. And the board itself is a universal board. So it's a little bit of an odd cookie, trying to work out sort of where it came from and why it was set up like that. The only thing I can think of is that Suzuki maybe was kind of a bargain basement kind of shop where you could get titles, but they were in the absolute most sort of minimal cabs with the most minimal art and setup, and it was kind of like buying the super economy version of a game. So anyway, we ended up with this very cool cab. It's got this nice laid back screen on it. And then I started frantically looking all over the web for different examples of Bomb Jack art, marquees, everything else. And I ended up just redrawing everything just to get it to the standard that I wanted it. And then I worked with Rich over at This Old Game, and he did a really great job of looking at all the color builds and matching some of the colors to the NOS marquee that he had. And then we took all of those color builds and applied them to the rest of the art, so they all match. The control panel, that was printed by Rich as well, digital printing. It's got that nice sort of velvet sheen to it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it's got a nice real sort of smooth velour type finish. And then just part my own design decisions really. Some translucent buttons that friend Rob gave to me, kind of like you'll see on Cuba. They're not lit, but they have that nice look to them, and you know, they're obvious enough that they're different from the jump button and the joystick, so they have a different enough function. But I think they work quite well with the colors and the rest of the art. Now this bezel, there's a sort of a huge story behind this. Again, I'm not really too sure on the history of the kit because Bomb Jack only ever came in a kit. But it seems that maybe there was sort of a premium kit and maybe a basic kit. And in the basic kit, there was a very generic yellow cardboard bezel. That's a bezel. That was it was just yellow with a single black print of a pyramid on it. And you see those pop up on eBay under Bomb Jack now and again. And then there was the premium version, which had this fully screen printed, sort of a 6-color screen printed plexi luxury bezel, or premium, I don't know what you would call it. And I had never seen one of these anywhere until I was talking to everybody's favorite arcade restoration guy, Fizzgig. And I was chatting to him about this project, said, hey, I really want to make a dedicated Bomb Jack. And he said, oh, I have a NOS Bomb Jack kit. And we got chatting about it, and I said, oh, you know, can you take some pictures of it for me so I can make sure that I've got things right? And he sent me a quick sort of little pic of this bezel. I looked at it, I thought, well, wait a second, I've never seen this before. So after a bunch of prodding and poking and harassing him for a while, he finally dug out the bezel for me, and he very nicely picked off all of the protective paper which had stuck to it, which came off in sort of little 0.5 millimeter pieces, and took some photos, and sure enough, it is a genuine dedicated Bomb Jack bezel. It has all of the instructions at the bottom and this beautiful artwork. So I was able to use all of that information to completely redraw it in Illustrator, and again pass all the art over to Rich, and he went through it, and again he made sure that all the colors matched the colors that we got from the original NOS marquee. And then he went ahead and he printed these he reprinted them on glass for me. So really this is kind of better quality than even than the NOS kit, because the NOS kit only shipped the bezel on acrylic. And then I went ahead and kind of just added my own little touches here and there. So I made this extra piece of artwork for the kick plate. You know, not original, but whatever. I just wanted to give it a little extra for the cab. Some of you may like it, some of you may not. I quite frankly don't give a damn. So there you go, there's the artwork. The original artwork that came in the conversion kit was just this panel down here. I'm going to try and frame it. So it was basically just the Bomb Jack dude, and it was a lot smaller than that. So I knew that if I was going to make this use this cabinet for the project, it just wouldn't look right. It would just be like some random sticker just floating around the bottom of the cabinet. So I went ahead and blew up the artwork. Again, I retraced all of this, and then I went and tried to sort of add the bombs to it to follow the profile of the cab, and also hopefully sort of stay in the same style as the original artwork. So I think that came out pretty good. Now Rich over at This Old Game is stocking this whole kit now, and what he's done actually is he's made sure that his kit just has the regular Bomb Jack at the right size, to be much more in line with the original artwork kit that you would have got if you'd have bought that conversion kit back in the day, 1984. So it won't look exactly like this one, but if there's anyone in the forums who really wants say the kick plate graphic, you know, you can always hit me up, and I can send you over that artwork as long as it doesn't appear on eBay for sale the next day. But that's it. So I'll just stop yammering here, and I'll start the game up. I can't play it because I'm holding the phone with one hand, but I've just wired up the player 1 button to the coin up button as well, because this game doesn't have a free play mode. But hitting player 1 starts the game and adds 6 credits, so the game's already basically on free play. And there's our little Bomb Jack dude. Try and one hand this. The longer you hold your hand on the button, the higher he jumps. But then if you press the button again while he's in mid-air, it actually stops you at that height. And you can use that mechanic quite well, so you can jump and then flap, 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 like that. So you can pause yourself from jumping and use that to move through the air too. So it's helpful to avoid bad guys. Super fun game. Great music on here, great colourful graphics. Very pure, as in, you know, you just keep going until you die. So very much in the same vein as a Donkey Kong or a Pac-Man or Super Mario Brothers, anything like that. Very cool. I liked it, played it a lot as a kid. So there it is. There's Bomb Jack, the game that never was, or maybe should have been, a dedicated machine. All right, thanks for looking. Bye.